We should have a discipline to transcend our limitations. That's why we need discipline. Otherwise, we don't need discipline. To transcend our limitations, we need discipline. And we should keep a certain time, every time, regularly, despite the weather outside. We should maintain a particular discipline. After a while, when you have crossed a certain stage, every discipline disappears. But when you are practicing, if you don't have discipline, you will not have progress. I'll tell you how I used to practice earlier. That is, early 2000 onwards, I started practicing seriously. I was very busy in my work. I was the head of a country of a multinational. I was the country manager of a multinational. So workload was very high. So every reason is there that after the work, you go to a pub or you have a drink and you rest and you watch TV and you sleep and wake up late. That pattern was very easy. And that's exactly the time when I decided that I must find something deeper and more meaningful. So I used to get up at 2:30 a.m. It was very difficult, especially during winter. But I maintained that time. And then how do you beat your inclination for sleeping? Take a bath, head bath. That's what I used to do. I had a little bit more hair than you that time, but not like this. The moment you take bath, you can't sleep anymore. Very difficult. Then I used to sit at the same place every day for meditation. So that is also very important. You should have the same location every day so that you get connected to that energy of that place. And that is how I started exploring myself. See, that was the only time when I had with myself. Every other time I was with somebody. And it doesn't work that way because you are habitually going to people, connecting to various relationships. Could be business, but it's still a relationship, energy exchange. So you are not coming in tune with your own energy ever in your life because we are not spending time with ourselves. In the sleeping time, we are unconscious. So that's not connection to ourselves. We are not aware at that time. Being aware, being with you, being in that zone which is called you, it's very important. And that was the only time between 3 to almost 8 a.m., 5 hours. That was my time. I didn't sell that time to anybody. So one question to you now. If I had changed according to the seasons, do you think I could have connected to myself that easily? Because we are connected to something external. Even now, our life is connected to external. That is why we have meditations and kriyas and stuff. Because our life is connected to something external. People, places, relations, all those things. So many things. So here you have to deliberately detach yourself from the external world and start coming inside. Then only you'll find yourself. That's the reason. But the practice is usually evolved. Like you start with something and then you start connecting with yourself. And those practices sometimes change as per your personality or your original nature. It can change. But you got to be consistent there. Consistency is the main thing here. The moment you are not consistent and you're connecting yourself to some external factor, such as breakfast, it's an external factor. And we are focusing on breakfast. So we build everything behind for the breakfast. Or a coffee or a tea in the morning. Our aim is coffee and tea, or that's our milestone. So we start processing everything after waking up towards that. So we don't connect to ourselves. Again, we are connecting to something outside. See, the very reason why we do not feel so powerful as we are, is because our every connection is with something outside and zero connection with something inside. So we feel so powerless. We feel limited. But that's not our true nature. We are not limited. We cannot be limited. So this understanding to happen, you need to come into yourself quite a lot to stay in a level of silence long enough to experience it. It takes time, but it's worth the effort. Because all the time we are naturally going outside. Even if we do an activity of spiritual nature, we have an expectation of an experience. That's binding. I'm doing this, so I should have that experience. I am doing a practice because I want this. Then again, your mind is always active, asking for something. So you will never get time to stay at a place where you want nothing. So this is discipline is very important to come out of our patterns. Otherwise, we are completely a victim of patterns.